let's talk about the new GT Fafnir. What is up, guys? LeftBurst here, and today I'm bringing back the Let's Talk About series where we just have a calm, collective discussion. I try not to scream at my microphone, although I do that in these videos because when I talk about Beyblades I usually get really excited. But in these videos I try to be more calm, not scream at my microphone, and just have a long discussion. So yeah, today our discussion topic will be the new Beyblade that's going to be released April 27th, around like 20 days from the day I'm uploading this video, and that Beyblade is GT Fafnir.
Oh my god! Wow!
Oh my gosh, guys, GT Fafnir is gonna be amazing. Jake would be so hyped if he was here. Anyway, we're gonna be discussing GT Fafnir's appearance in the anime. We're gonna be discussing all of its parts, maybe all of the gimmicks to each of its parts. Of course, in the new GT series, they're adding gimmicks to the disc, which is really cool. We'll talk about what I think the gimmick for the disc will be on Fafnir later this video, but let's just get started with the anime. So yeah, who is gonna be owning GT Fafnir in the anime? Now, I know a lot of people want Free to return and Beyblade vs GT, but I just don't think that's gonna happen because we already got a Blader revealed with his name starting with an F. So chances are that Blader is probably gonna own Fafnir and Free's not gonna return, which is really sad. I really wanted Free to return. It's really freaking horrible. That was a really bad pun. I gotta stop making these puns. It's really bad. Anyway, so yeah, this new character, his name is, I think it's Fumiya, and Fumiya appeared in the anime. I'm pretty sure you guys seen it. He was in the theme song. Here's a picture on screen if you haven't seen him. And yeah, overall, I like his design, but do I like him more than Free? No, I don't really think so. And what I think Fumiya is going to contribute to the GT series, I think he's going to be like a minor antagonist, at least for the first part of the GT series. He's going to be like making fun of, or maybe like bullying Drum, and then maybe Drum's going to like lose to him, and then eventually Drum's gonna beat him, and yeah, Beyblade's cool. That's basically how the Beyblade anime goes. It's like, oh, you're mean to me, and you beat me. Okay, give me like 5 seconds so I can upgrade my Beyblade and destroy you. That's basically the whole plot of Beyblade vs. Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3, so I'm sure Season 4 is not gonna change. Anyway, so yeah, how I think this character is gonna act, I don't think he's gonna be Free where he's all like melancholy and like chill and kind of depressed. Free's character is actually super depressing. His whole character trait is that he's depressed because he's the #1 Blader and no one can beat him. Now remember in the God series when Free was first revealed and they revealed the #1 Blader, I was like so shocked because the #1 Blader was on Vault's team, the main character's team. Usually the #1 Blader is on the main antagonist team. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is the #1 Blader. We already see him, and when he first used Drain Fafnir, he was so OP, he was so amazing. I just hope that this new character is going to be at least a tiny bit as cool as Free, because if he can get a tiny bit as cool as Free, that is amazing. Free was such a cool character, such an amazing character, and I loved when in the God series, at the end of the God series, he dropped that depressed act because Louis Shirasaki beat him and he went full tryhard mode. It was so amazing. Anyway, I forgot. I totally avoid the question. How do I think this character is gonna act? He reminds me of Cisco. I feel like he's gonna have like a Cisco personality with a god complex. Maybe a fusion of Cisco and Zack combined. That's what I think this character is gonna be like. Alright, moving on to oh wait, talking about Zack. I kinda wanna talk about Zack real quick. Talking about Zack, in the new Beyblade OP, or the new Beyblade theme song, we got this character, this girl, and is it just me, or does she look a lot like Zack? Like, they look identical, they look exactly alike. Exactly hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the puns. No more puns for the rest of the video. I banned the puns. Anyway, so yeah, this girl looks a lot like Zack. So does that mean that Zack's gonna be returning? And this is, of course, the GT series is located in Japan, or at least the first few episodes are gonna be in Japan. So does that mean that this is Zack's little sister? So is Zack gonna return with a GT Zeus, or is his little sister gonna own the Zeus? Or is this girl not even related to Zack? If she's not related to Zack, that's kind of weird because they look a lot alike. Anyway, enough talking about the anime. Let's actually talk about the new Beyblade that's going to be releasing, the GT Fafnir, on April 27th. Let's talk about the layer first. The layer, we actually got a tease of the layer in the newest GT Beyblades. You know how they sometimes tease the Beyblades, the next Beyblades, they show like a little part of the next Beyblade so you can get hyped for it. And yeah, we didn't really get too much from the tease. It's just a little dragon head, and overall it does look like the dark blue will have rubber on it, so of course Fafnir is gonna have rubber on it. It'd be kind of lame if Fafnir didn't have rubber on it, but there's nothing really much to say about it. It just looks like a Fafnir from the picture. Let's talk about the shape. The shape looks round, but also a little jaggy. So I think it's gonna be a mixture between Drain Fafnir, which was a pretty round Beyblade, and Geist Fafnir, which was a pretty jaggy Beyblade. Gonna be in between that. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this Beyblade. Do I think it's gonna be, the layer's gonna perform well? I think, if they made it slightly more round, I feel like it would perform really well. But because of its shape, at least the silhouette that we get in this tease picture, I don't think it's gonna be extremely competitive. It might have some competitive uses, but not gonna be like the dominant force that Drain Fafnir was. Okay, enough talking about that. Let's talk about the gimmick of this Beyblade. Of course, this Beyblade being Fafnir, I already talked about it. It's going to have rubber on the layer, and it looks like this Beyblade might have more rubber than even Geist Fafnir, which would be crazy. Imagine like a rubber string or a rubber line just going around the whole entire Fafnir layer. That would be insane if they did that. That'd be crazy. You know, Takara Tomy, you totally got to do that. And another thing I would like to say is that Fafnir is a left spin Beyblade. We actually haven't gotten a left spin Beyblade in GT yet, and why that's a little concerning is because you know how the GT layers you can take apart? Can you put like the new Gachi or Gachinko chip of Fafnir on right spin bottom layer? So can we make like any bottom layer left spin and any bottom layer right spin, or are they gonna like kind of be like, okay, you can only put the Gachinko chip on like left spin orientated bottom layer disc things? So yeah, I'm kind of confused on that. So I think what I think they're gonna do, I think it's gonna be like the Gachinko chip and the bottom layer. There's gonna be some left spin ones and there's gonna be some right spin ones, and I don't think you can customize the left between the rights, because for instance, there's some right spin ones that we've got that have like major contact points if it was gonna be left spin, and I don't think the Takara Tomy is gonna do that, because like that's gonna be a lot of Beyblades breaking. Alright, enough talking about the layer, let's talk about the disc. Now, as I explained before, each and every one of the new GT Beyblades have the new disc gimmick. They all have gimmicks with the disc. For instance, the new Ace Dragon or the new Dragon Beyblade, it has a spring-loaded disc. Bushin Ashura, it has a free-spinning disc, which is amazing. It's so cool. And Valkyrie has kind of a disc somewhat like Claw to kind of give it more contact points. So what I think this new Fafnir's disc ability is gonna be, it definitely has to do something with rubber. If it's not rubber, it'd be kind of weird, because Fafnir's the rubber Beyblade. It's known for having rubber, and I could definitely see the disc having rubber on it. Now, where I think the rubber is gonna be, how cool. Okay, so imagine a proof disc, except the bottom part is rubber. So when you tilt the Beyblade, the rubber disc comes in contact with the stadium, and it makes it go super fast. It's like a disc version of Unite, kind of. So when you just launch the Beyblade straight, it goes straight in the middle, but you launch at a slight angle where the rubber makes contact with the stadium, and it makes the Beyblade go berserk. I mean, maybe not for the Fafnir Beyblade, because of course, Fafnir's a stamina type that's not supposed to make like crazy attack type motions, but that is definitely a cool ability I would like to see in the future. A Unite version of a disc. That would be so cool. I need to make a Let's Talk About video on, discs, kind of, let's talk about like disc gimmicks or whatever for the new GT phase and like speculate on what's gonna be. So yeah, I don't think that Fafnir is gonna have that sort of rubber on it. I feel like if it's going to have a gimmick with rubber, the rubber is gonna be on the side of the disc, and on the bottom of the disc it's gonna be like smooth plastic or maybe like smooth metal or something, so it can have some life after death, because of course if Fafnir had rubber on the bottom of the disc, it would have like no life after death, and there'd be really no point on using a free spin Beyblade that doesn't have any life after death, because you basically lose like every single round. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think the disc ability is gonna be. Do I have any other ideas on what the disc ability could be? Maybe for more life after death, they would make it free spin, like the bottom part of the disc is gonna be free spin, something like the Hurricane disc, but I don't really see them doing that, again, because they literally just released a free spinning disc, and I don't see them releasing another one until like ways off, you know, and like I feel like they're not gonna make another free spinning disc till like months later after they already made the Hurricane one. Okay, next, let's talk about the driver. What do I think the driver is gonna be? Honestly, I have no idea what the driver is gonna be, but I'm gonna give some ideas on what I wish the driver was gonna be. I hope the driver is gonna be something like the Absorb driver, except done right. You know how the Absorb driver does Absorb Break when you launch the Beyblade hard enough and it makes the Beyblade go around the stadium like crazy? It was a cool ability in the anime, but in real life I hate it, because Fafnir acts like an attack type and it always jumps jumps out of the stadium. It makes me really mad. So what I hope they're gonna do is I hope that the reason the absorb gimmick works is because the middle part of the absorb driver, the middle like spiky part that comes in contact with the stadium, it also is spring loaded. So what I hope they do is I hope they make that middle part not spring loaded, and around the middle part, the free spinning part around it, I hope that's still spring loaded, or maybe not even spring loaded. No, I hope it's spring loaded because Fafnir's like known for having spring loaded drivers. So I think that'd be cool, having like the middle part maybe made out of metal and be stationary, and around it have like a spring loaded free spinning part. That'd be a cool gimmick. Another gimmick or another driver idea that I would like is maybe having a giant rubber driver, like a rubber sharp driver. Like remember in Metal Fight, maybe not a giant rubber sharp driver, but remember in Metal Fight where we had those like small rubber sharp drivers? I feel like that'd be a really cool stamina driver, even though that's more defense orientated, but it'd still be cool for stamina. Another idea would be having the same exact rubber tip, except maybe not as small. Maybe make the rubber tip as big as a yielding driver. You know the yielding driver, it's a pretty big tip. It's the driver that comes on Jaeger Yggdrasil. Maybe have like a rubber version of the yielding driver instead of palm plastic. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's all the driver ideas I have for GT Fafnir. I think that's all the information that we got on the Beyblade. Oh wait, yeah, Takara Tomy or Korokoro did release an image of the Gachinko chip for GT Fafnir. I'll show it on screen right now. Overall, it's not really that impressive. It's kind of what you would expect a GT Fafnir Gachinko chip to look like. It doesn't really wow me. It's not like super cool. It's just a GT Fafnir Gachinko chip. In my opinion, it actually looks worse than the actual design that we have on Geist Fafnir. It looks worse than Geist Fafnir. I like Geist Fafnir's design with a giant like emerald orb in the middle and the claws going around this. This kind of looks like a downgrade compared to that, but whatever. I guess it's kind of hard to adapt some Beyblades into GT. So yeah, that's my video. That's my Let's Talk About video on the new GT Fafnir. If you guys want to see more Let's Talk About videos, leave a like and I might do some more in the future. So yeah, see you guys later. Have a nice day. LeftBurst out.